Let's get things started with these Cowboys team news. First and foremost, padded practice is back. Couldn't be more excited. I understand that Shotty's trying to get everything acclimated for this upcoming season, and he's doing a fantastic job. One thing that happened today is he canceled practice on a lot of players due to fighting. He's trying to set a tone of discipline and making sure whoever threw a punch, you out of here. I respect it and understand it. The team definitely needs to understand that as well. It's a mission that they're trying to do and accomplish. Again, I believe this season is going to be special. Everything's got to go according to plan. Brings to my next topic into the first news is that I believe Jerry is really just souring the tempo that Shotty has going for this team. Where there was a situation where there was a commotion about who plays the music during the practices. Everything's alive, energy's jumping, things are booming. Next thing you know, Jerry gets a hold of the ox and plays some Dolly Parton and some Thunderstruck and just killed the whole vibe. Which leads into the injury news dealing with the Dallas Cowboys, where Tyler Guyton suffered a knee injury yesterday at practice where he dodged a bullet. There's no ACL tear. So he's going to be out for the next 4 weeks to 6 weeks, which lines him up more than likely to week 2 in the NFL regular season. So
is he going to be on the PUP at the beginning of the season? Because if he is, he misses the first 4 or 6 games, right?
Probably not. Probably not. But there's some more injuries that occurred as well. Kalen Carson, going in the second year, he injured his knee. He's out for 4 to 6 weeks. Robert Jones had a neck injury that's pretty much sidelined him. Hakeem Adeniji, head injury. Andrew Booth, head injury. Deuce Vaughn, hamstring. Andrew Booth, hamstring as well. Paris Campbell, MCL. Josh Butler recovering from his ACL. Same with Ravel and Diggs, ACL and knee. So that's the injury list that I have for the Cowboys. And then I'm going into my final news where there was a signing that happened with Jake Ferguson. He signed a 4-year deal, $52 million, $30 million guaranteed. In all honesty, I'm not excited about it. There might be a part 2 with Barbershop Talk where I'm to the point now that I'm sick and tired of these contract signings where you slander some of your players under the bus and give players contracts where on a down year, you pay him big dollars. He hasn't proved it. He didn't earn it. He had one good season to occur that he had a phenomenal season. Last season, he got hurt, and you reward him with a big-time contract. I can't accept that, especially with everything that's going on with Micah Parsons getting his contract where you smear his name, you smear Diggs' name, you smear Terrence Steele's name. And I'm starting to see a pattern that comes along with how they handle business, and it really puts it under the R bias that occurs with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not going to go in too much detail about it now, but it might be something that I go through in a barbershop talk. But I'm letting you know, Dallas Cowboys, I'm sick and tired of what y'all are doing, and it makes no sense. You need to play by everything that goes around, that goes your way. I'm tired of it. And I know Cowboys Nation is tired of it, where you slander your star players for no reason. I'm looking at it as calling it down the middle. Be fair with everybody. But you don't smear your big-time name guys for no reason, but you want to reward the other person that, oh yeah, they did everything right. They didn't fight for their money. They ran to their money, where I got questions on that. But instead of people fighting and earning their money, you got to show appreciation and respect to everybody who's trying to earn a contract. Put their body on the line to get to that point. And I don't like how Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones is handling things with their star players. And I can't accept that.
Well, Jerry, let me jump in for 1 second, Earl. And I'm sorry to cut you off. But do you think the media or the writers have any part in that?
That I don't know. But if they're doing this our biasness for ratings, it's a shame. And things need to be called out more on that to definitely put them in their place. It's just, I'm seeing this pattern and I've seen it the last couple of years. And you know what? I'm just going to rip the band aid off. I saw this situation where Tony Romo on a down year got his contract, but they slandered DeMarcus Lawrence's name when he had an injury where they saying they need a war daddy. So they drafted Taco Charlton to be that war daddy to try to spit on Lawrence's name. And he was just in his third year. Then I see it with Zach Martin. He skips the line on those who's trying to get their contract. You don't smear his name. He gets his contract and then he retires the next year. Martin finessed you.
Mm-hmm.
But when Zeke tried to get his contract, it's a Zeke who?
Yeah,
it makes no. Let me finish. Let me finish. It's a Zeke who? Jalen Smith got his contract. He ran towards it. Jason Witten had double contracts, and he didn't earn it. There's other guys that was stepping up for him, and he was afraid of losing the limelight. It's called competition. My biggest thing with Ferguson is that he had Schoonmaker on his tail. He had John Stevens Jr., who was supposed to be the next big thing, on his heels. And they paid Ferguson where I don't think he earned it. I don't think he earned that contract. But then you throw Diggs' name under the bus saying that he shouldn't be getting help on the outside. He should be working with the trainers. With him working with the trainers, that's how he got hurt in the first place. They rushed him back. After having an ACL tear, then tore up more in his knee. Had to get that fixed. Had to get his guys to work with him, get him back. And now they're throwing his name under the bus. Terrence Steele busted his knee, came back early, smeared his name, even though he got his contract. I'm just seeing a pattern where those who are not colored is getting more of a silver spoon compared to guys of color who gets their name smeared in the limelight. And if it's for ratings, that's bull and shouldn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody earns their contract, but do it right down the middle, Dallas. Like, I don't know what the heck is wrong with you guys. Like, maybe it's just the old mentality or whatnot, but you still got to respect things alongside right down the middle. I digress with that. Let me get to how things are going with practice.
Hold up, Earl. Before, just to clarify for listeners, you're saying based off the evidence that you presented, which is good and fair evidence, that you're saying that you believe that Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones are having racial bias when it comes to contract negotiations with their players. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that our listeners understand that too. Okay, cool.
Right.
Continue. Sorry.
And for it, I'm not saying that they are racist, but they are showing some odd racist tendencies that you can't question. It's out there clear as day. It seemed like all the African American players are getting ridiculed while those who are Caucasian are just doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just want it down the middle when it comes to it, because it's not fair to those who are trying to earn their contract that's going through all this hiatus for ratings instead of fully earning their money and then giving that to them. They're the reason why Dallas really hasn't gotten to where they need to go, is because they wait so long to play their players to try to spear a rating and so on from there. They should have paid Dak and CD by July. But instead you get one in August and then you get one week 1 of this past season. How does that fit the morale of your team, especially with the mantra on what Dallas is trying to do, especially with what Shotty's trying to do with competition? What that show was a spit in the face of what he was saying to competition, because Schoonmaker was on Ferguson's heels. And then Ferguson was on a down year and you pay him big time dollar? They did that crap with Michael Gallup and shipped Amari Cooper off just over dealing with a COVID shot. But they said they wouldn't have been able to pay Gallup and pay Amari at the same time. Amari was outplaying Gallup by a mile, but you chose a bum-knee guy who really couldn't do what he needed to. So y'all ended up releasing him. He signed somewhere else and retiring, and now he's back on another team. But you missed out on an opportunity of signing Amari Cooper, who was pretty much the focal point that you could pair with CeeDee Lamb to be your top receiver. It's just those things that are really agitating me. And I don't want to touch too much base on it. I'm going to have to do a barbershop talk. This is a part 2 situation.